Greetings, Goddess, Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is Tirra-Omilade, your Goddess Guru, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path toward your self-realization, which is the purpose of life, as well as self-mastery, which is the purpose of life. And just hoping that I'm able to share something with you to help make your life better. That's a simple way of saying this. This video is wisdom that has been coming to me that I would like to share with you all. I have recently been blessed to initiate into an ancient system. It's called Ifa, and it is out of Nigeria, West Africa. And I am learning more and more in particular about my Orisha, Yemoja. Orisha are energies, forces of nature, manifestations of the divine, which you know, I say everything's a manifestation of the divine. The divine can't not be anywhere, so everything's a manifestation of the divine. The Orisha are greater energies, forces of nature that contain wisdom. I call them wisdom matrices. They are sources of energy that help us live in the world. And I feel like there's a number of ways to understand this energy. It's law. It's the laws of the universe. And so I've come to understand anyone, no matter where they stand, when it comes to religion or not, can benefit from this energy. If you connect with it, you're going to benefit from it. And so all of us are born with the predominance of an energy, or an energy whose, I call it medicine, you will use to move you along the self-realization process and assist you in developing your gifts, your talents, mastering the lessons of your life. And so the particular Orisha that I am working with is named Yemoja. These energies can be mostly feminine or mostly masculine. It's all about balance in the universe. And so there's always two sides to every energy. It's two sides to every story, two sides to every coin. But you know, there's a predominance of one or the other. And so this energy is feminine. A lot of times you'll hear Yemoja Olokun. Yemoja in Nigeria is in the river. This is the energy, the force of nature, water, the river. But for those Africans who came across the ocean, due to the transatlantic slave trade, the capturing, the human trafficking that happened by Europeans towards Africans, brought lots of Africans to the New World, Latin America and North America. I'm not sure about Central America, but anyway, once those Africans came here, Yemoja became more affiliated with the ocean. And Olokun is the energy of the ocean. So Yemoja is more of like the top part of the ocean. Olokun would be the lower part, the depths. And Olokun is oftentimes looked at as a masculine energy. So that would be the masculine part of this energy. Very fierce, fierce, fierce masculine energy. And then Yemoja is more of the mother. So I just want to kind of give you some background just in case you don't know anything about this energy. So Yemoja is a feminine energy primarily known for motherhood. Yemoja is considered the mother. So when we're talking in the goddess tradition, we say there's the three faces of the goddess. There is the maiden, the mother, and the crone. So within the system of Ifa, that would be Oshun, Yemoja, and Oya. And so Yemoja has to do with all things that have to do with nurturance. Just think of the aspects of that mother. This is an energy that men can work with, women can work with, anyone can work with the energy of Yemoja. Anyone can work with the energy of any of the Orisha. The Orisha are, like I said, forces of nature. They are divine laws. So whatever aspect of God that particular Orisha represents, you can use that energy to help your life if that's what you need at the time. So if you need, and this is what I wanted to say today, just as I am learning more and more about Yemoja. Number one, a way that you can use this energy of Yemoja to assist you in your self-realization process to heal your life is devotion. When you think about a mother, she is devoted. Now, I do study the Metuneta, which is out of Kemet, also known as Egypt. And this energy is Aset. Yemoja, Aset. A lot of people would know the name Isis. That's a very common name that people know for this energy. Isis is the mother. Aset is devotion. The energy of the mother is devotion. And so what the medicine of Yemoja says, that you must be devoted to your self-realization. You must be devoted to making your life better. You must be devoted to stepping into all the things, all the good things that are you, that are for you. So devotion is definitely a way to assist you with getting to where you want to go, because a lot of people say they want to get better, but they don't do anything. The aspect of ourselves called the ego, which is this physical part, is flighty. And it doesn't have a lot of stick and stay, because we don't understand this part here is just for us to be here in the physical realm. This is not supposed to be controlling anything. It's more of like a vehicle. It's clothing that we've put on to come and have a physical experience. And so people get it twisted, thinking this can do something. No, it's that inner part of ourselves. That's what we're stepping into realizing, self-realization. That's what we're stepping into realizing. And so we have to have devotion. And because we're not going to get to where we're going if we're not devoted. The story goes that Aset was very devoted to assisting her husband, or Sarah. His body had been cut into multiple pieces. He was this wise, divine ruler, just, really helped to bring self-realization to all the people. And his brother had been assigned by him to take care of the kingdom for a little while he was visiting out, visiting other parts of the kingdom. And when Sarah came back, his brother Set didn't want to give it up. So he cuts him into 14 pieces, kills him, cuts him into 14 pieces, and disperses his body around the world. So we have to look at this as an analogy for life. We oftentimes are fragmented, and we have various pieces of ourselves out there scattered everywhere. And so in order to bring ourselves together, in order to put ourselves and step into wholeness, because most people feel fragmented, and we want to step into wholeness, we will have to do what Aset did. Aset traveled and traveled and traveled until she found every piece of Sarah's body, and she put it back together again. And what she did was she buried his body beneath a body of water. And what this represents is, like I said, Sarah was wise, very enlightened, just all-knowing. And that represents that part of ourselves that we need to listen to. And when you think of something being under the water, most of the time we're not underwater. We're above the water. So right underneath the water, right underneath the surface of this aspect of ourselves is a greater aspect that is seeking to, share wisdom. But what does it take for us to get to hear that part and listen to that part of ourselves on a regular basis? It takes devotion. And so I am learning devotion gets people far in life. And it's interesting. I didn't know any of this. I'm 44. I've only been on this journey now for maybe 14, 15 years. And it's been slow. It's been real slow. I'm not raised up this way. Just slowly but surely educating myself. But one thing I can say is I've always had the quality of devotion. I'm a highly devoted friend. When I believe in something, I'm highly devoted. Sometimes to a fault. But it's very difficult to break my devotion. People will say that once Tyrella Fame is devoted to something, she's not going to just easily give it up. And what I find is that even though people can't always understand why I stick with certain people, certain organizations, certain ways of being, it's because I win in the end. Devotion will win you a lot in life. You can use devotion, being devoted to the right thing though. It will win you a lot in life. And so I ask, what are you devoted to? What are you devoted to? Because a lot of us are devoted to mediocrity. We're highly devoted to mediocrity. Whether we want to admit it or not, we are comfortable and therefore become complacent in mediocrity. Because there's a pain sometimes that goes with being devoted to something that's good. Sometimes being devoted means that you have to deal with some things that you don't particularly care for. Sometimes times get rough and then you just stay devoted. You stay devoted. You stay devoted. But what keeps you devoted is the big picture. And the big picture needs to be happiness. The big picture needs to be freedom. The big picture needs to be doing things that make you a better person. Doing things that help the world become a better person. And so we have to just tell ourselves we will not be complacent. And that is another message that our set Yemoja teaches. That, it's good to be content. I'm in this American culture and I feel like most of us are not content. We're constantly searching for happiness. We have so much abundance in this country, but we constantly whine and complain. I don't get that. When I look at people in other parts of the world with nothing, they have these big Kool-Aid smiles some days. Or, you see people who are despondent, but it's like, dang, they're hungry. They've not eaten in weeks. So, yeah, I can see them not smiling. But we have so much here, and we complain. That's because we're not truly content. We're not truly content. And contentment comes from being peaceful, truly peaceful on the inside. It comes from a level of acceptance of the beauty and wonder of who and what we are. And so it's great to be content, but being complacent, that is not okay. So we need to be devoted to things that are positive. Some of us are devoted to relationships that do nothing but tear us down. It could be a love relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a relationship with a family member. We're devoted to bullcrap relationships. We need to stop. Okay? Devotion is good when it's for something that's taking you to the next level. Okay? Devotion is supposed to take you in a positive direction. Devotion will help build your character because you don't just give up on the things that matter, though. Some of us are devoted to drama. Devotion to drama. Some of us are devoted to our pity parties. Some of us are devoted to the wounds within. The beauty of devotion is you can change it if you are willing to move in a better direction, a new direction. It all begins with, be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. You're devoted to a whole bunch of stuff that's no good. If that's your case, I'm just talking in general. I don't know what's going on with you really. But just rhetorically, just generally speaking, you know, people know when they're devoted to the wrong things. They just need to admit it. And then you shift your devotion. Believe you're worthy. That's another thing that Yemoja teaches. Abundance. When you think about the ocean, when you think about the river, that is abundance. What can survive? What living thing can survive without water? Water is essential to everything. Water is so much a part of this world. I mean, just the world without water is going to cease to exist. That's the life-giving properties that water has. There's so much abundance when you think about the ocean, and there's so much beauty. And so what we have to do is we have to walk in our worth. We have to walk in abundance and be devoted to that part of ourselves. That's what's going to drive us in that direction, to have self-worth, to have value, to be abundant in our thinking, to be abundant. And the other thing is, just like there's the physical realm represents the metaphysical realm, the non-physical part, which is the real realm. And so Yemoja teaches we are naturally abundant. It's a natural abundance. Abundance is everywhere. And so that's another way to heal your life. Walk in abundance is not about having a whole lot of money. It can be. It's like, who cares? You have a whole lot of money or not. True abundance, it will raise you to a level of contentment where you will be surrounded in gold or you'll be surrounded in nature. Is one and the same. Nature might even seem more abundant than all the gold in the world to you. That's another part of the Yemoja medicine. The other thing that I had said, there were 3 things I wanted to mention. Devotion. Oh, nurturance. That's it. The medicine of nurturance. Many of us are good with nurturing other people, doing things for other people, but we are not good at taking care of ourselves. Some of us are too good with taking care of ourselves, and we need to go take care of other people. But the way I like to look at nurturance now is we use that nurturance just like we use devotion. You have to nurture the things in your life that matter. And again, you have to matter. You have to matter. You have to walk in true abundance. I'm not talking about this egoic, I think I'm all that thing. No. True abundance is going to show you the equality of us all, because all is one. There's only one divine consciousness from which we all extend. And so true abundance is in everyone. And when you walk there and you walk in that self-worth, you will feel, you'll know we're all there together. That's how you know when you're making it and going in the right direction. You have no judgment of anyone, because you know we're all is one. On the metaphysical level, all is one. So there's no need for me to judge anybody, because I'm connected to everything and everybody. And so we have to feel abundant. We have to feel worthy. We have to feel good about ourselves. And when we do, we're going to take care of the things in our lives that matter the most, such as self-realization and self-mastery. We will naturally move in the direction of our destiny. When we feel good about ourselves, it will make us nurture everything that needs to be nurtured in order for us to move in the direction that we're supposed to go. So this is some wisdom that you can use to heal your life. It's what I'm learning, so I'm sharing it so I don't lose it and maybe drive it into my head even more. I hope deep, deep, deep within inside of me that this message touches someone in a way that they will be more definitively in alignment with their destiny. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. I wish you a wonderfully joyful day. Do something good for yourself today, okay? Such as say something nice about you. I'll say it. You're awesome. Peace and blessings. Take care.